Burnout can creep in without warning and leave you feeling drained and stuck. That was me not long ago until I decided something had to change. In this video, I will share how I rebuilt my energy, focus, and peace through simple self-care habits that actually worked. If you are feeling overwhelmed, this story might be just what you need. Before we begin, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and follow for more real-life transformations and wellness tips. 1. Recognizing the signs of burnout. I felt exhausted every morning, no matter how much sleep I got or how early I went to bed. My motivation was gone, and even simple tasks felt overwhelming and impossible to complete. I had constant headaches and my body felt tense, like I was in a state of never-ending stress. I started to dread my work, even though I used to love it and be passionate about what I did. I snapped at friends and family and often wanted to be alone without any social interaction. My sleep was disrupted with racing thoughts, keeping me awake at all hours of the night. I felt disconnected from myself, like I was going through the motions without any true purpose. My meals became irregular, and I would either skip eating or binge due to stress and fatigue. I realized these symptoms were not normal, and I needed to take a step back and reassess. 2. Creating a supportive environment. I removed toxic influences from my life that drained my energy and added constant negativity. I had honest conversations with friends and asked for the support I needed without shame. I changed my physical space and filled it with calming colors, plants, and natural lighting. I organized my home to reduce clutter and help my mind feel calm and clear each day. I set boundaries with people and said no to things that did not align with my priorities. I limited my exposure to social media and news, which had been contributing to my anxiety. I created a space for rest that was free from distractions like phones and loud electronics. My environment became a reflection of the peaceful and healing lifestyle I wanted to create. Every corner of my home became intentional and supportive of my emotional and mental state. 3. Prioritizing mental health. I began attending therapy to understand the root of my burnout and how to manage my stress. Talking to a professional gave me tools to deal with emotions I had suppressed for years. I learned how to identify my triggers and respond in healthier and more constructive ways. Journaling became a daily habit where I released my thoughts and processed my experiences. I gave myself permission to feel without judgment and to sit with discomfort when it came. Breathing exercises helped me calm my nervous system during moments of panic or overwhelm. I began practicing mindfulness and checked in with my thoughts without trying to fix them. Daily affirmations helped rewire the negative beliefs I had formed about myself over time. I treated my mental health as a priority equal to physical and professional commitments. 4. Embracing rest without guilt. I used to see rest as laziness and pushed through exhaustion to meet unrealistic expectations. I redefined rest as essential and began scheduling downtime just like any important task. I took regular breaks throughout the day, even if it was just 5 minutes of breathing. Naps became part of my week, and I stopped feeling guilty for letting my body recharge. Sundays became sacred with no work allowed and full focus on relaxation and joy. I learned that slowing down allowed me to be more present and focused during active hours. My sleep routine became consistent, and I aimed for 8 hours of restful sleep every night. I replaced late-night scrolling with calming habits like reading or light stretching. Rest allowed my creativity to return, and I felt more energized to pursue my passions. 5. Building a mindful morning routine. I used to wake up and check my phone immediately, which always set a chaotic tone for the day. Now I start my mornings slowly with soft music, natural light, and a deep breath of gratitude. I spend time journaling before the day begins to set clear intentions and release mental clutter. A warm cup of tea and a few minutes of stretching help my body wake up gently and peacefully. Instead of rushing, I allow myself time to enjoy the quiet moments before work starts. I avoid social media and emails for the first hour to protect my mental space and focus. I read a few pages of an inspiring book that aligns with the mindset I want to keep. I write down one small goal each morning that feels achievable and purposeful to me. Even just lighting a candle creates a sense of ritual that brings peace to my morning. 6. Nourishing my body with intention. I began viewing food as fuel and love instead of something to control or punish myself with. I started cooking at home with fresh ingredients and experimented with meals that felt good. Eating slowly and mindfully helped me connect with the experience instead of rushing through it. I drank more water and listened to what my body truly needed instead of reaching for junk. I planned meals that were balanced and included plenty of greens, protein, and healthy fats. Snacks became intentional and nourishing instead of mindless stress eating or skipping meals. I stopped labeling foods as good or bad and embraced a mindset of moderation and variety. Food prep on Sundays became a self-care ritual that made the week smoother and healthier. I paid attention to how different foods made me feel physically and emotionally afterward. 7. Moving my body with joy. I stopped exercising as punishment and began moving my body in ways that felt joyful and freeing. I tried different forms of movement like yoga, walking, dancing, and gentle stretching routines. Movement became about connection and gratitude rather than burning calories or changing size. Daily walks outside gave me peace and helped me reconnect with nature and fresh air. I created playlists that made me want to dance and let go of self-conscious thoughts. Stretching in the morning helped reduce tension and gave me energy to start the day. I celebrated what my body could do instead of criticizing what it looked like or lacked. On days when I felt low, even 10 minutes of movement helped shift my mindset positively. Movement became a way to release stress and feel empowered in my healing process. 8. Redefining productivity. I used to tie my worth to how much I accomplished or how busy I stayed throughout the day. Now I define productivity by how aligned my actions are with my values and purpose. I created a simple to-do list each morning that focused on 3 realistic and meaningful goals. I began to work in focused time blocks with breaks in between to avoid burnout or fatigue. I celebrated small wins instead of constantly chasing bigger outcomes without pause. I learned that rest and play are also productive when they help sustain long-term energy. I stopped multitasking and gave full attention to one task at a time for better results. I set clearer boundaries around work hours and allowed space for creative flow. 9. Practicing gratitude daily. Each evening I write down 3 things I am grateful for, no matter how small they may seem. This practice helped rewire my mind to focus on the good, even when the day felt hard. I thanked my body for carrying me through the day and supporting me in every step I took. I expressed appreciation to others through small notes or messages of kindness and thanks. Gratitude softened my inner critic and brought warmth to moments that once felt heavy. It reminded me that progress is worth celebrating even when it feels slow or invisible. I started noticing beauty in ordinary things like sunlight on the wall or a warm cup of tea. Gratitude helped me build resilience and joy during times when stress tried to take over. 10. Embracing a new way of living. The journey from burnout to balance taught me that healing requires patience and daily intention. I now live with more awareness and choose habits that support my peace and inner joy each day. I have let go of perfectionism and replaced it with compassion and flexibility in my routine. I surround myself with people who inspire and uplift rather than judge or drain my energy. My goals are clearer and more meaningful because they are rooted in what I truly value. I no longer chase a lifestyle that impresses others, but one that truly nourishes my soul. Balance means listening to myself and responding with love rather than pressure or fear. Self-care is now part of my life instead of a luxury I put off or forget when life gets busy. Taking care of yourself is not selfish, it is essential. My journey from burnout to balance taught me that small steps make a big difference. What is one self-care habit you want to try? Let me know in the comments. And if this video helped you in any way, remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more honest stories. Thanks for watching and see you next time.